Everyone warned me about moving to Moscow. They said, you'll hate it. It's cold, it's dark, there's long, harsh winters, there's ugly Soviet buildings. And after 8 years living here, I'm happy to tell you that they were wrong. I love it. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 reasons why I love living here in the Russian capital. The first reason I love living in Moscow is safety. It's incredibly safe here. I've never ever felt in any kind of danger, and I know that none of my friends, family here have ever felt like they're in any kind of danger, even walking late at night on the street. I'm happy to be out here filming this on my phone in a busy park. Not worried that somebody's going to snatch out of my hand, which it's not something you can say for everywhere in the world right now. Another thing related to crime is antisocial behaviour. So that's like usually young people, but it could be anybody, just acting in a kind of disruptive way, being threatening, making comments, hanging outside of shops, and then kind of calling names and threatening the people who are going in. Or other things I see back in the UK are young people on trains and buses just generally being loud, disruptive, and making the environment much less pleasant to be in. Never see that here, not once in 8 years. Second thing I love here is how easy it is to get around. The transport system is one of the best in the world, with an amazing metro, buses, trams, everything you could ever want. So you can get in everywhere really, really easily. And it's not just that it's a fantastic transportation system, it's also that it's very, very affordable. So one ride on the metro I think is now about 60 rubles, so less than $1. You can go wherever you want, and of course you've got weekly, monthly passes where you can get anywhere you want for, I don't know, like $50, $60 I think, something like that. So there's no reason why you can't just go around and explore the full city without spending loads of cash. And even if you want to get a taxi, the taxis here are very convenient with the apps. We don't have Uber anymore. We've got the kind of Russian equivalent called Yandex.Go, and it's pretty reasonable. It is getting more expensive, but you can't really complain. As I say, when you go back to the UK or the US, you see what the price of taxis are, you realise that here in Moscow we've got a pretty good deal. The third thing I love here is the energy. What do I mean by that? Well, it's a huge city, and that means that many people come here from all over Russia, but also all over the former Soviet Union. And it's the kind of people who want to achieve things, people who've got goals, ambitions, and this big, huge metropolis is like a magnet pulling them, similar to the energy you feel in somewhere like London or New York, where people from all over the country come to try and make it. And that kind of rubs off on you when you're living here, because you're going about your daily life and you see people building things, not just buildings, I'm talking about businesses, building successful enterprises, people driving around in nice cars, people well dressed. Everyone's just kind of got a kind of go-getter attitude, and that kind of rubs off on you, which I like, having originally come from a small town in Scotland. It's slightly different there. People are kind of more likely to be happy with their situation and just happy to get a job and have a family there and live out their days there in a small town, which is great if that's what you like. But I kind of like the big city and the excitement and the energy and the drive that brings. So that's reason number 3 why I love Moscow. So the fourth reason might shock you, and that's because it is the weather in Moscow. I know what you're thinking, I'm crazy, but let's hear me out. It's the fact that in the spring, the summer and the autumn, the weather here is nicer than it is in the UK. It feels much more continental. In the middle of summer here, I kind of feel like I'm in France compared to being in Scotland or, you know, even the south of England where I've lived too. So although the winter sucks, and it's long and it is dark, it's worth it. When the spring rolls around and you get days like today, everyone's in Gorky Park enjoying themselves,